Good morning everyone, my name is Lalit Soni and you are watching InFocus by Drishti IAS. In this video, we will be talking about the Polavaram multipurpose project. When we talk about the water scarcity, that is a reality with respect to the climate change or otherwise also water resources are valuable. And when we look at this particular project, that is Polavaram multipurpose project, recently there has been some concerns which has been raised by various stakeholders in various states. Specifically speaking, Odisha has been more concerned about it and the regional parties over there are talking about it way more than others. So we'll be talking about the Polavaram project. We will also look at the concerns which are raised by the various states, and we will also see that what is the importance of this particular project, what are the objective of this project, and we will be giving a passing reference to the Godavari River basin as well. Okay, so let's start with the discussion. First, I'll tell you the point of discussions. Here I'll be discussing first the news, why we are talking about this particular project, and then we'll be moving to the Polavaram multipurpose project. Herein we will be discussing the project. We will also talk about the objectives, etc. Then concerns with the project. When we are talking about the issues which has been raised by various states, one of them is Odisha. So we will be talking about the specific issues which has been raised, and then we will be moving to the Godavari River. We will be talking about the origin. We will be talking about the important you can say tributaries and the areas in which it is flowing. Okay, and in the end there will be a MCQ for your practice which you have to attempt and answer to me in the comment box. Now, before moving further, I would like to tell you that all the classes of Mukherjee Nagar Center has been shifted to Noida Sector 15, and we are coming up with new batches as well. So for Hindi medium, admissions are open, and for English medium, from 12th of December, we will be starting another batch over there. So that will be about the batches, and the address is given over here. That is C171/2 Block A Sector 15 Noida. For any more information, you can call on this number, that is 9311406440. Other than that, at our Prayagraj Center, we are also starting another batch for UPSC GS Foundation from the 2nd of January 2025. This batch will be available in Hindi as well as English medium. Timing will be different. So for Hindi medium, that is 6 p.m. For English medium, that is 5:30 p.m. Okay. Now, other than that, one more initiative which has been started by Drishti IAS on our website, that is Sambhav 2025. This is related to your 2025 attempt. So we will be going for the integrated preparation of prelims as well as mains. So herein you will be provided with the 10 prelims practice questions and 2 mains practice questions. Okay. When we are talking about the daily prelims practice, you will be able to trace your rank on the real-time basis. So that would be, telling you where you are standing in the race. Other than that, these questions are based on the PYQ analysis, so that would be very relevant for you. This is open for all. Open access is there for all aspirants on our website, so you can go and explore about it. Okay. Now, starting with the news. Recently, some political parties has renewed its protest against the development of the Polavaram multipurpose project in Andhra Pradesh, alleging that the project would submerge a large portion of land inhabited by tribals in Malkangiri, Odisha. Okay, so if you are talking about Malkangiri, that is there in the southern part of Odisha, and you can see that Andhra Pradesh has a border with that. Now, when we are talking about the Polavaram project, that is there in Andhra Pradesh, but it is impacting various other states as well. Okay. Now, Odisha has raised some concern over here, so we will be talking about that in the later part of the video. Right now, here we will be talking about the Polavaram multipurpose project. Okay. Now, this project is an interstate project on river Godavari. It is an interstate because there are various states which are involved in this particular project. Okay. Now, this is a national project, you can say. So central government is taking care of all the approvals, etc. So this project is an interstate project on the river Godavari, which was conceived in 1980s as part of the recommendation of Godavari Water Dispute Tribunal. Okay, this tribunal was set up in 1969, and there are various issues with respect to the water sharing. It was there, and in the end, in 1980s, they have come up with this Polavaram multipurpose project in Andhra Pradesh. Okay. On April 2nd, 1980, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha executed an agreement to clear construction of project with a full reservoir level of 150 feet and with a spillway discharging capacity of 36 lakh cubic. Okay. Now, when we are talking about this particular capacity and this particular, you can say reservoir levels, so these were decided way back in 1980s. Okay. Now, coming to the next part over here, the Andhra Pradesh State Reorganization Act APRA 2014 declared the project as a national project, because with this particular reorganization act, you know that Andhra Pradesh was divided in 2 states. One is Andhra Pradesh and the second was Telangana. Okay, so considering that it was given a status of national project, mandating that the union government executes the project and obtain all the requisite clearances as per the environment, forest and the rehabilitation and the resettlement norms. Okay, so basically now the central government will be going for the all the approvals, etc. Okay, now some specific things over here you can see. It is on the Godavari River in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, it is a national project which we have already seen. Okay, it is under the union government. Now objectives, if we talk about what are the objectives on which this particular project was based. Okay, when we generally look at the, you can say, multi-purpose project, that means that there are various objectives which are targeted over here. So one is hydroelectricity generation, second is irrigation. Other than that, the issue of water scarcity has been given a preference also. Okay, so let's see. Development of irrigation, hydropower and drinking water facilities in East Godavari, Visakhapatnam, West Godavari and Krishna district of Andhra Pradesh. This was one of the objective. Second was it implements the Godavari Krishna link under the water linking project. When we are talking about the interlinking of the river projects, that is one of them, Godavari Krishna link. Okay, then when we are talking about this particular link project, the objective behind that is that they will go for the surplus water of the Godavari and they will transfer it to the water deficit areas of Krishna. Okay, so here it envisages the transfer of surplus Godavari water to river Krishna, which will be shared between Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Maharashtra. Here you can see about this particular project. When we are talking about this river, that is Godavari River over here, that is your Godavari, and we have Polavaram Dam over here. Okay, now from there is a link canal which is connecting the Godavari with the Krishna River, which is over here. Okay, the barrage name is Prakasham Barrage, which is connecting the Godavari and the, you can say, Krishna River. Okay, so there is a link canal between the Prakasham Barrage and the Polavaram Dam. So whatever water which is stored over here, that will be gradually transferred to Krishna River. Okay, so that is the objective behind the, you can say, whole project. Now moving further, we will be seeing what are the concerns which has been raised recently. When we talk about the water sharing, that always has been a concern between different states with respect to the quantity, with respect to the agreements, etc. But right now there are other concerns which has been there. I told you that whatever water level and the you can say storage capacity was decided, that was decided in 1980s. Now various political parties and the, you can say, regional stakeholders are claiming that there is a increase in the flood discharge capacity. They have increased the capacity from 36 lakhs to 50 lakhs cusecs. Okay, now if you are increasing the capacity, that means that in that particular area you are storing more water. If you are storing more water, there are high chances that if there is surplus water, there will be risk of submergence of the villages nearby. Okay, so increased flood discharge capacity, which has led to the risk of the submerging the villages. Okay, now backwater impact on Odisha. When we talk about a particular barrage, let's say this is your river. On this river we have made a dam over here. Okay, now dam would be something like this. Okay, and the water will be stored over here. Now they are saying that backwater, that means that whatever water has been stored behind the dam, that is called as backwater. So they are saying that backwater impact on Odisha. We have seen that the Malkangiri was something like this. This is Odisha and this is Andhra Pradesh, and this is the area where Malkangiri is, and this dam is in Andhra Pradesh. So obviously the areas which are there in Odisha, that will be impacted because they are on the backwaters. Okay, so backwater impact on the Odisha. So they are saying that the backwater level in Odisha could rise to 174.22 feet. Water level is rising. That means that if there is some kind of failure, first the villages nearby will be at the risk. Okay, coming to the next one, risk to Malkangiri population. Obviously this is the area where various villages are there in that particular vicinity of that Malkangiri district. Okay, so obviously there are 162 villages which are at the risk of submergence if there is something like this to happen, because we are saying that the water, the volume of water or the storage volume has been increased. Okay, then refusal for the fresh backwater study. Now backwater study to make sure that if you are increasing the capacity, whether it will impact the areas or not. Okay, whether it will have some kind of threatening situation or not. For that, backwater studies are done. Okay, but there are when we talk about this project, the you can say the body authorities has said that they will not go for any kind of backwater study now, because that was done earlier. Okay, and in the end, expert study findings. There are some expert studies by the Andhra Pradesh government and by the IITs. Okay, so here reports from Andhra Pradesh 2019 and IIT Roorkee in 2015 predicts that further risk of submergence due to the extreme flood discharge. So basically they are saying that because of the increase in the water level and the water capacity what you are trying to achieve over here, that is of 50 lakh cusecs, it will impact the areas like Malkangiri. So these are some concerns which has been raised by the states like Odisha, and other states has also raised some concerns with respect to this particular issue. Okay, now this was the concern, and that is why this particular issue was in news. From your UPSC's point of view, they can ask you about the in prelims they can ask you about the project which we have discussed. They can ask you about the areas which we have seen. They will in the mains they can ask you about the concerns and what can be the way forward. Now moving further, we will be talking about the Godavari River on which this particular project is. Okay, because that can be asked in prelims as well as in mains. Okay, now looking at the Godavari River, largest peninsular river it is. When we are talking about the India, we have two kind of system. One is Himalayan system, then we have the peninsular system. So this is the largest peninsular river which is there. It is also known as the Dakshin Ganga. Dakshin Ganga. Okay. If we are talking about the origin, that rises from the Trimbakeshwar in the Western Ghats in Maharashtra region. Here you can say in the Western Ghats it is originating. Then drainage into the Bay of Bengal. So that is there in the Bay of Bengal. Now river basin extend to the areas like Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Karnataka and Puducherry. Tributaries if you are talking about, so there are important tributaries, that is the Pravara, Manjira, Maner. Then we talk about the left bank, Purna, Pranhita, Indravati and Shabri. So these are important tributaries. In this map also they have given these you can say tributaries over here. Okay, so you can go through this particular map and the important tributaries are given over here, left bank and the right bank. Okay, so this is about the Godavari River, and with that we will be holding our discussion over here, and now we will be moving to the last part, that is your MCQ practice. Okay, so there is this question which you have to attempt and answer to me in the comment box. Which of the following river is not a tributary of Godavari? Indravati, Manjira, Shabri or Chambal? So you can attempt this question and answer to me in the comment box. With that, I would like to take your leave. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. Have a nice day. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.